if you're in SaaS right now, you already know what's going on. Budgets are frozen, tools are getting cut, and the industry that I built the vast majority of my career on over the past 15 years is going through a complete reset. So instead of waiting around and trying to wait for it to come back, I decided I got to take some action here. So what I did was I used Claude to analyze my entire client list and come up with a subset of clients who outside of SaaS that I have some success with. And it showed me that manufacturing was one of those industries. And so then I used that to go in and create sequences to do A/B split testing and deal with some of the challenges that I've had for years, which is personalization at scale. And I'm using Apollo and Claude to do it in an authentic way. This, my friends, is how I do personalization at scale and build my Iron Man suit with Apollo and Claude. So I want to walk you through this play right now and show you how I put it together. All right, so first things first, I got to figure out who I'm going after. I've spent the vast majority of my career selling into the tech and the SaaS industry, and that's where most of my clients are. But that industry is getting crushed right now, and I need a different strategy. So I got to figure out other markets that I can start generating some traction and some revenue in. So I export all my clients from QuickBooks, put it onto an Excel file, and put it onto the hard drive so that Claude can analyze it. Then I went into Claude and asked it to analyze it and find out everybody outside of SaaS and tech and figure out what market I should be going into based on the revenue and the number of clients. And it does a full analysis for me, breaks down that I've done 30 million over the years, SaaS and tech, but manufacturing is the spot. And it even breaks down the different clients in the manufacturing space and the revenue that I've generated from them, which is fantastic. Now I got to figure out the ideal customer profile characteristics of these clients. So I want Claude to go and do some research on what are the criteria that make up, not just because they're in a certain industry and a certain size, but what are the nuances here? Who's the personas that I'm going after? And so I asked Claude, hey, could you go put together a demographic list? Now, this list of demographic criteria is what I'm going to put into Apollo and LinkedIn Sales Navigator, because it's going to be able to tell me these are the exact clients I want to go after. So it breaks down that entire list, and specifically for Apollo, the job titles, the seniority, the industries, the company size, geography, and then it even gets into priority signals. And these are things that Apollo can track: new hires, job changes. These are all signals that prioritize the people that I want to go after with the messaging that I got. Okay, so now I got to come up with messaging, and ideally 2 different sequences so I can A/B split test and see what's working. And so I tell Claude, with all the knowledge it has of my ideal customer profile, my messaging, and how I've created my messaging and mapped it to personas, triggers, and industries, it has all that information. So I say to it, hey, create 2 different sequences here that I can A/B split test. And one of the keys is I want these to be all email and only personalized when somebody shows intent. And when somebody shows intent means they're clicking on a link in the email. So not just that they're opening the email, but they actually clicked on a resource or something that I put in that email. So I asked Claude to do that, and it breaks down and puts together 2 full sequences for me, right? And it breaks down how days and everything else, and the personalization rule for both sequences. And look, obviously I want to review these before they go out. So I asked for the Google Docs here, and this is where I can go in and kind of scan through, touch 1. Do I like that? Touch 2. Obviously you want human as the last mile here to make sure that this isn't fully AI generated here and it is your voice. So you got to approve this stuff. Okay, so the next step now is to put it into Apollo so we can start executing on this. Now, this is the part that's always been such a pain in the ass for me with other sequencing tools, because it's just always too complicated for me to set up, and I almost always set them up wrong. But with Apollo's MCP connector to Claude, it makes it absolutely effortless. I don't even have to go into Apollo to do this. I can just tell Claude to go set up those sequences the way I want them based on those ICPs and put 5 accounts a day into those sequences. That's all I got to do here. So now builds them. Let's check it out. All right, so here it shows the 2 sequences. I got the V2 and V3. Now let's check out what they look like. So we got the template here. This is what it looks like when it goes out. It's looking pretty good to me. Second one, that's what it looks like it's going out. More, and then where's the link? All right, here's the link. So we put in a link here. Now this is going to be the intent signal. When somebody clicks on that, I'm going to get alerted, and that's when I personalize. And we did this for the second. We can review the second one as well. Okay, so now we need to set this up as a daily routine so it goes out on a scheduled basis. So I set up scheduled skills and scheduled tasks in Claude to run every single day. That is going to, again, put 5 accounts into each one of those sequences in Apollo every single day, and then give me an alert when somebody clicks on one of those links. So that's what I got set up here. And when I click on this in the morning, this is what it looks like. In this case, I got 2 people who showed intent, and it tells me what they clicked on, when they clicked on it. So let's take a look at Mark now. Okay, now that we know Mark is somebody that I want to pull out of the sequence and personalize something to him, I got to go take a look at what Mark clicked on and then send a personalized message. I go to the tier 2 sequence and then find the people who have clicked on it and then find Mark, see what message he clicked on so I can get some context here. And then when he clicked on it, and now what I can do in Apollo is I can do a nice little video with Vidyard to say, hey, Mark, it's me, not an AI bot. Saw that you were actually interested in this. Would love to have a conversation with you about it. And I can send it right through the platform, and it can track whether he opens it, if he watched it, and if he viewed it, and where we go next with this. If you're not setting up systems like this to give you the information and let you know when you need to personalize and you're still personalizing ad hoc or you're doing mass blast emails, you are absolutely missing out in today's world. This is how you do it. Make it happen.